one of the biggest stars in comedy likes your stuff, hits you up, and it just so happens to be Fluffy. What's going through your mind?
Thought he was hacked.
Did comedy come first, or did the skits come first, or was it just a mixture of everything?
Nah, it's always been comedy, dude. I started comedy in 2011. Then I started doing skits like in 2015. And when I tell you, bro, that was the closest I ever got to ending everything. I sat on the side of my bed and looked at a drawer with a gun in there, and I just...
This is the True Hustle Podcast with your host, JR.
This is the True Hustle Podcast with your host, JR.
Bro,
I'm with it.
you out in Cali? What?
Yeah.
Do you miss Texas?
Yes and no.
Don't lie, fool. This weather is amazing. Isn't
The weather. That's why it's that's why
I
it's
was
the
trying
no.
to get at.
Yeah. No, like fuck
the
Texas
AC.
with that.
I forgot the AC. So
Yeah, like no, fuck Texas for the weather, dude. I'm over that shit so much.
okay, look, I love Texas. Mm-hmm. All right, I
Me
do.
too.
I do. I wouldn't live there,
Right.
but I really, really like it. But I think the times that I've been there where it's hot, I don't like it.
Yeah, no, I don't
That
blame
shit
you.
is crazy, right?
Dude, it's nasty, bro. It sucks.
So I remember one of the hotel attendants was like, dude, in Texas, there's all seasons in one day.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty accurate because it was hot, it was cold, it was raining, it was all of the above.
Bro, yeah. It'll happen like that sometimes. One time I went to work with like shorts on, and because it was like 80 something, and I was like, whatever. And then that night it snowed, and it wasn't like, I mean, it doesn't snow in Texas, but it snowed enough to be like, what the fuck? Like, went from 80 something to like 40s. You serious?
And in the same day.
Yeah, same day.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was nuts.
And then you get to Cali and you're like, this is why these people pay high taxes over here.
Bro, it's beautiful. It's so nice. Just cool. You can ride with the windows down. You're not sweating. Like, it's legit. It's legit,
man.
bro.
But you out here doing a couple shows?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got
Where
I got Covina this weekend, and
That's
then
cool.
San Jose on Sunday. Yeah, I started out in Reno this past weekend.
Okay.
Did Bakersfield on Monday, and then came out here and chilled. So
That's cool, man.
Yeah, had some days off, just kicking it. You know.
That's what's up. Enjoying the beautiful Cali weather.
Damn right.
Are you enjoying this Mexican food? Or have
You know?
has anybody took you to like a legit Mexican spot out here?
No, bro. I've done
Damn it, I
I've
didn't
done
have
some
something
like
to-
mariscos and shit, but like I haven't had like a legit.
Oh. If I didn't have this other engagement today, I would have took you.
Damn.
How long you gonna be here?
Shit. I leave to San Jose on Sunday, so I'm here.
Oh,
all
we
week.
got time.
Yeah.
Like I'm open tomorrow. Like I'll take you to some bomb ass shit.
All right.
So
let
that
me
you
know.
so you could go and brag.
I may hook up with Concrete tomorrow, so I don't know.
Okay.
We might do some
shit.
skits.
We'll take Concrete with us too,
Hell
dog.
yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, that's the big battle right there.
Yeah, bro.
So, what came first for you? Because I know you're super popping on Instagram and you do a lot of skits. So I always think I wonder, did comedy come first, or did the skits come first, or was it just a mixture of everything?
Nah, it's always been comedy, dude. I started comedy in 2011. Then I started doing skits like in 2015. So, yeah, it was comedy first, and then I started doing more skits to try and build the following and sell more tickets because I saw my buddy Raymond Northcott do that and blow up and, get a good following and start selling tickets. And I was like, well, shit, I got to follow that blueprint. And, but I didn't start popping off with the skits until like pandemic 2020. And then I was like comfortable featuring at that point. And then when the skits popped off, I got an agent, and he was like, hey, let's book you and let's get you some shows. Can you headline? And I was like, fuck. I was like, maybe, like,
Well, I'll give it a shot.
right, yeah. Because like I had like a good solid 20 to 30, but like to headline, you got to do at least 45. And so I was like, fuck it. Just kind of like got thrown in there and, made it work. And yeah.
I think as bad as the pandemic was, it was kind of like I don't want to say a blessing because
It was,
because a lot of people, unfortunately, are not here because of it.
Yeah.
But it was a blessing for others.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, so that right there is just like had everybody home and just scrolling and so you just popped off.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and that was the plan behind it too. Is like Because I was like, okay, well, the pandemic's going to be something that everybody remembers for the rest of their life. It's such a life-altering situation.
Absolutely.
Almost like 9/11. Like, I remember exactly what I did on 9/11, where I was, what happened, all of that stuff. So I was like, okay, this is kind of like another 9/11. Since everybody's going to remember where they're at, everybody's stuck at home on their phones, let's really milk the skits for all it's worth. And my roommate was like, dude, get on TikTok. And I was like, man, I'm not going to get on TikTok, dude. It's for kids and shit. Like, I don't want to do all that. He's like, bro, do it. Like, Gary V's been talking about it. And just get on. And he was like, I'll tell you what. He's like, I'll help you get, because I had just like made like an LLC and all that. He's like, I'll help you get your PPP loan. I'll help you get the unemployment. I'll help you get all this stuff going on. Right. If you do TikTok. And I was like, all right. So I was like, did 2 weeks straight. And the last one, I told him I'd do 2 weeks, 14 days. If nothing's popping, I did it. And don't give me shit. He was like, all right, cool. On the 14th day, I grabbed one of my jokes about being halfway half Hispanic and turned it into a skit and just threw it out there. Spent the whole day working on that, threw it out there, and it blew up overnight. People were like, we want more of this. I was like, are you fucking, like, seriously, dude? Like, I've been doing everything besides this. Y'all want this? This is my life. Like, all right, bet. So I just, for like 2 months straight, just kept throwing shit out there about growing up halfway half Hispanic. And yeah.
That's how I found you.
Yeah, that's how everybody finds me, bro.
Like, damn, dog, this shit's hilarious, dog.
I have people look at me like, hey, do I know? I was like, the differences on my white and Hispanic side. Yeah, what's up, dude? Yeah.
But it's funny how the things that you think are going to pop off don't do a fucking thing.
For real.
And the ones that you're like, let's just post it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's crazy to me.
Dude, it's nuts. I mean, just recently, man, I threw, I was on the road and I was like, fuck it, whatever, dude. Let me just throw something out there. And so I just threw like a video I had of me stripping, because I strip at the end of my shows. And dude, it makes extra money, extra cash. It's fucking awesome. It's a great way. I've bombed at a show before and ended with a stripper. And they were like, dude, that was hilarious. Oh, the ending was the best. Like, yeah, no shit, you didn't laugh at anything else, you fuck face. But I had a video. Oh, dude, it sucked. But I had a video where like I grabbed a bottle of mayonnaise and just shot it. Because I don't know why I did it. I've never done it before. But the venue that I was at was trying to fuck me out of some money. And so I was like, all right, fuck it. This is what we're going to do. So I went and I grabbed it. I saw like a bottle of mayonnaise on the table. And I was like, am I going to do this? I was like, fuck it. Boom. And it just shot. It got like 1.1 million views. I was like, wow. Are you? And it was shot on an iPhone. I paid my homie to come out with a 4K camera, put something together, edited it on Premiere Pro, and threw it up there, and it got like 28,000 views. That motherfucker got 1.1 million on an iPhone.
It's the most random shit that works sometimes, man.
Always, dude. Always. It's insane.
I seen your skit where somebody said something to you and talking about you weren't drinking like a real man drink, but they were drinking like a freaking girly drink.
Oh yeah, the guy who called me a joto.
There, dog. That shit. Oh yeah, they called you a joto.
Yeah, he's like joto.
Bitch, you drinking this? You're a joto way. You know that shit was funny.
Yeah, how you call me a joto when you're drinking this? There's the blue drink with the little fruit and the umbrella.
But the punchline was amazing. Yeah, I think that delivery was so cool. When you drank it, you're like, oh my god, damn. That punchline was sick. I think I did a little bit too good right now.
Yeah, a little bit. You went.
That shit was fucking hilarious. So then once that took off, so then 2020, you popped off. Then you started just doing your own shows.
Yeah.
Was that, since you popped off pretty, well, I don't want to say pretty fast because you've been doing this since like 2011.
Right.
But I'm saying it happened really fast for you then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like after that long period, it's like boom.
Yeah.
And then you're just selling out shows everywhere.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that overwhelming?
Yes and no. It was overwhelming in the fact of like, I don't feel like I was ready to headline at that point, and it was just kind of like thrown in there. You know what I'm saying? But I was selling out like with the pandemic rooms. So it was like 50% capacity, 70% capacity. So it wasn't like a full room that I was selling out, you know? But I mean, it did come like super quickly because before the pandemic, I was going to do like a nationwide tour with like some friends. And Raymond Northdow, the one I mentioned earlier, he was the one that was blowing up and he was bigger and whatever. And I was just going to be an opening act for them. And then literally our first date of the tour was like March 23rd, 2020. And it was right when everything got locked down and shut down, so we had to cancel the tour. And I was like, dude, I'll throw it out. I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, that's it, bro. Like, shit, man. Maybe I should have kept my job. Why did I quit? Because I quit my job in 2019 to go after it full time.
Oh, hell.
And I was
wait, Hold on. Let me stop you there, dog. Okay. People don't understand how hard it is to quit a job.
Bro.
And you quit before the world shut down.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
Insane, bro. It was man, I don't even know, dude. Because, all right, so I was working, do you know who Alex Jones is? InfoWars?
So, yes.
Yeah, so I was working for him. I was doing his social media shit. So, like, I was like, you know what? I got to figure out what this is. And I remember he had talked to me. Like, he pulled me into a room. And, like, we sat down. And I'll never forget it. He was like, all right. He's like, so you wanna take off? You wanna leave, huh? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I gotta, you know. He was like, well, how much are we paying you right now? Like $50,000 a year? And I was like, yeah, it's like about $50,000. He's like, what if I give you a $25,000 annual raise, and I'll give you a $5,000 sign-on bonus if you stay right now? And I was like,
damn
the
it.
most I would have ever made working anywhere.
Damn it.
And I was like, oh, this fucking guy. And I was like, man, I appreciate that, Alex, but I was like, I got to see what this is. And he was like, nope, it's all right. I already knew your answer before I even asked. He was like, if stuff doesn't work out, you're always welcome back, but I know it's going to work out for you, man. You're fucking funny. It's like, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Shook his hand, was parted ways, and then went into whatever, and then started doing it. And then when the pandemic happened, I was like, fuck.
Did it make you think like, damn, I fucked up?
Yeah, because I could have done the job from home. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all the other people were working. They were cool. They were chilling, you know? And so when that happened, I was like, dude, you know? But then this is what really, like, kind of centered me and grounded me, man, is my faith, man. Like, I'm a big believer in God and pray and do all those things, you know? And leading up to that tour, I was praying every morning. I was journaling. I was doing all kinds of stuff and telling God, like, look, if this isn't for me, then, you know, don't allow it to happen, just whatever. And I remember getting pissed off. And one morning I was like, bro, like, oh, mommy, like, you've been asking God the whole time, like, if this isn't for me, protect me from it. If this is God's will, who are you to get upset about it not working out? Just keep your head up, keep the faith, and keep pushing and do whatever you can do. And then sure enough, Winter of the Pandemic being an opener came out being a headliner. And that, I mean,
I think in times like that, your faith gets tested, you know,
1,000%.
and then we start pointing fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the human element.
Yeah.
So it's not like you were just, sometimes you're like, oh, really? Come on, man. You know, like you start questioning shit, trying to rationalize shit in your brain.
Yep.
And it's like your mind becomes your enemy.
It does, man. It really does, bro. And I mean, even still, like, my mind will become my enemy, you know? I mean, it's just, like you said, it's human nature, bro. Like, it's going to happen, you know? I mean, even now, like, I'm not selling tickets like I used to, you know? But it's cool because I'm still doing what I love. Like, it's on us to focus on what we want to focus on. You can focus on my mothers and all the bullshit and be like, dude, I'm not selling tickets and I'm only doing this and it's doing that. Or focus on, bro, I just had a weekend in Reno with my friends, with all my homies, chilling, performing, doing what I love, drinking, gambling, having a good time.
A blast.
Right? Yeah. And then Bakersfield, Covina, San Jose. I'm in California. I'm here with you, bro. You know how many people?
That's right.
On Wednesday, almost one, people at work coming back from their lunch break, like, oh, fuck, I got to get back to work, and I can't do it. I got to work today. We're doing what we love, bro. We're very blessed to do what we do. We're entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? And that, we make our own schedule. And that's beautiful to me.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Brother. But I think it's all about perspective.
1,000%.
Perspective is everything.
Yep.
Either this is half full or half empty.
Yeah.
Your choice, my guy.
Yeah.
But it comes with age, maturity, and having to deal with bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we all do the same thing. And whoever says that they don't is full of shit.
Yeah.
We all be like, we focus on the negative.
Yep.
Why don't you focus on the positive?
You have to,
Change
bro.
that.
Yeah, man.
Are you blessed?
1,000%.
I go through it. So I don't want to sit here and sound like I I go through it. Like,
Same.
we all go through shit.
Yeah.
And it's either I'm going to be like, damn, we blessed right now. Like, we get to do this. We get to enjoy ourselves, have great conversations with great people. Mm-hmm. One more can I ask for, man? Like,
Saying, bro.
It's like, oh, well, this fucking reel didn't take off. So fucking what? Put another one.
Yeah, exactly. Who gives a damn? And guess what? You can also re-release that reel at a later date, and maybe it'll take off.
And
then.
it'll take off.
You never know.
Just with a different hook or with a different fucking caption.
You never know, bro. Like, you really don't. I had a skit that I posted last year that was from 2018 or 2019, and I just reposted it. I was like, whatever, reposted it. It took off to like 19 million views. That's how Fluffy found me. He saw that skit, said I was hilarious, hit me up, and I got to tour with Fluffy because of a skit from 2019 that I reposted. And it just took off and did what it had to do. Usain Bolt liked it. John Leguizamo liked it. All these people. I was like, what the? Like, are you serious? You never know, bro.
You never know who's watching.
Nope.
And you never know when shit's going to take off.
Exactly.
So the moral of the story is, post it.
Yeah.
It don't do good, repost it later.
Yep. Bro, I'm still using skits from the pandemic. I'm sorry, people who follow me, but I'm still using skits from the pandemic, dude. And some people unfollow, but I get more followers than people who unfollow. So it's like, whatever. It is what it is.
Take me through this sequence. You post something. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest stars in comedy likes your stuff, hits you up, and it just so happens to be Fluffy. What's going through your mind?
Thought he was hacked. Legit. He hit me up and it was like, bro, you're hilarious. Keep killing it. And I was like, the fuck? And I saw the blue check mark. I was like, man, these motherfuckers hackers, dude. These hackers are getting good, dude. So like I went in and I was like, wait a minute. Did he get hacked or is this really him? And I was like, dude, thank you, man. Appreciate it. You know, let me fill it out. And I was like, I'm a big fan. You know, like you're awesome. I went to go watch you in 2012 when you came to Austin. You were hilarious. And he was like, how about next time you watch me from the side stage? And I was like, 1,000%, dude, I'm down. He was like, what about, you want to open up for me? And I was like, the fuck? Like,
oh my God.
I was like, yeah. He was like, send me your avails. And so I sent him my avails. And I still don't know to this day because I never asked him about it. But I sent him my avails and he picked days that I was booked. I don't know if he did that on purpose to see if I was going to not do the shows and go with him, see if I was really hungry, or if he just misread it. I have no idea. But my brother was sitting next to me, and I sent him my avails, and he was like, what about November so-and-so and come to Florida? And I was like, fuck. My brother's like, what? I was like, well, he said these days. I was like, but I have shows in San Antonio and Waco. And he's like, you better cancel that shit. This is Fluffy. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you're right. And I was like, all right, I'm down. Let's do it. And so I hit up the other promoters. Hey, man, this just happened. They weren't pissed off. They're like, dude, that's huge. Congratulations. We'll reschedule. Don't worry about it. And went off and I did the shows with him. And he booked me for Friday and Saturday. And I was already like packed in my room and like whatever. I leave, the next morning. And Saturday night, we're sitting in the green room and he looked at me. He's like, hey, bro. He's like, you're fucking hilarious, man. He's like, you want to do tomorrow night too?
Oh my God.
And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, I'll do it. I was like, I got the flight. He's like, don't worry about it. He's like, Edro, cancel his flight, reschedule him. He's going to come with us tomorrow. That dude was like a million, like all, and the thing is, bro, is like all the comments, all the people who are like, you're dumb, you're not funny, you're nothing. That solidified everything I needed to know. Fluffy thinks that I'm fucking hilarious. All of y'all, fuck y'all. Like, whatever. This is somebody I grew up watching, came up watching, loved his comedy, loved his voices, loved everything. And this dude said I'm hilarious and invited me to go out again.
Wow.
It was incredible, bro. It's incredible.
Oh, man. But that's just staying consistent and blocking all the noise.
Exactly.
So what?
Exactly.
You're not going to please everybody.
Nope.
And people need to understand that. And I think people think that they're going to please everybody and that their craft is going to hit everybody. No, it's not. It's going to hit the people that it's supposed to hit.
Yep.
And look at that.
Yeah. And I think what people have to realize, what it took me a while to realize is there's people out there who don't think Dave Chappelle's funny. They don't think Will Ferrell's funny. They don't think you're not going to be for everybody. You're not. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to face criticism. You're going to have to deal with the comments and whatever. I mean, dude, block them. It is what it is. Like, you're not a bitch for blocking people. Just like you don't want that negativity in your shit. Block them. It is what it. Just keep going and keep moving. Because if I would have listened to the naysayers and the critics, then I wouldn't have been where I'm at today. I'd probably still be working with Alex Jones and doing social media and whatever, you know?
And not following your dreams.
Exactly.
And risking that regret catching up to you later, dog.
Exactly, bro.
Now you don't have that weighing on you.
Nope. It's all about, and it's not even just the naysayers and like critics and all that. It's life too. Like, you have to push through a lot of stuff, man. You know, like 2023 was my hardest year. And I almost quit, dude. Like, legit. I even made a post about, like, I'm probably going to hang it up after this year. I don't know if I have anything left. And I didn't. I kept going. And if I didn't, then I would have never known that I'd be able to open up for Fluffy. That close.
Well, let's take a dive on that.
Mm-hmm.
Going through challenge. Remember, life don't care.
Nope.
Life is going to punch you in the face regardless of what's happening with you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't pick certain times.
Right.
Like, sometimes it decides to punch you in the fucking face when you're already going through some shit.
Bro.
How did you overcome those struggles?
Man, dude. So in 2023, like I said, that was the roughest, dude. It started off, I was like, okay, I got some loans. I started a podcast. I'm going to invest in myself. This is the year we're going to go all in. Life doesn't give a shit about your plans, dude. It doesn't matter. Oh, you got loans? That's cute. Oh, you're going to start a podcast? That's cute. Oh, you're going to get more followers, get a Patreon, fund all your stuff? That's cute. Just hold on. And then March of 2023, my best friend, Israel Garcia, one bad comic. He was my road dog. We went on shows. We did everything together. Got diagnosed with cancer. And I was like, fuck. And then it was stage 2B, and I was like, all right, cool. Stage 2B, caught it early enough. He's 36. Whatever. We're good. Like, he'll be able to beat this, keep the faith, trying to, keep his morals up, or not morals up, but his morale up.
Morale.
And yeah, just trying to, like, come on, man, like, you got it. Like, God's going to provide. It's all good. And then started going through, like, own family problems and shit, which I won't get into. I'll keep private. But had, like, crazy fucking family problems happening. Mm-hmm. And then in August, within 2 weeks, bro, my tia, my favorite tia that I grew up with, that was like, ay, mijito, like that tia, you know what I'm saying, that loves you and brings you gifts. Yeah. She passed. The family stuff got worse. Somebody went to jail. And then Israel went from stage 2B to stage 4 within 2 weeks. And when I tell you, bro, that was the closest I ever got to ending everything. I sat on the side of my bed and I looked at a drawer with a gun in there, and I just sat there for like maybe, I don't know, it felt like a fucking 20, 30 minutes, but it was probably 30 seconds to a minute. And I just looked at it and I was like, if I grab that gun, dude, and just end it all right now. Take all this pain away. Take everything. Like, I ain't got to worry about anything. All this is done. And I was like, started thinking about the people who love me. I was like, nah. And I snapped out of it. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, why did I think that? Like, that's insane. And I don't know, man. I kept pushing, and then I was going to therapy, and I started talking to my therapist about it. And she recommended, like, taking antidepressants. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm anti-medication. I don't want to do antidepressants. I don't want to do all this shit. And but I was like, you know what? Like, I need something, dude. Because I'm down in the barrel. And that's when I was thinking about quitting. And anytime that I tried to sit at a computer and edit anything, like, I wouldn't do it. I was just stuck in a loop of just depression, bro, because all this stuff's going on around me. My homie, fucking road dog. And I'm not talking about, like, we only did, like, a couple of shows together. Dude, we traveled everywhere together. Doing shows and fucking making memories and fucking talking to the same chicks at the same time. We're like, yeah, that's that pendeja dude you set you up to. She's fucking right here, dude. What nudes you get? Oh, I got that one too. You got the same nude? That's that pendeja way. Like,
she showed like you that. Both? Oh, she only showed me one.
Yeah, so like my road dog, bro, you know? And that's why I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Because me and him, like, came up together in a sense of just doing shows and doing those road gigs where you're not going to make anything, but you're going to have a good time type of thing, you know? So with him kind of like departing, I was like, do I even want to do this? Do I still want to continue and keep going? And I started taking the antidepressants, and those helped out quite a bit. Like they got me my drive back. I started recording my sets and editing and kind of like getting back into that. And I'll never forget, man, I went to go pick him up. I went to go eat somewhere, and we had a conversation. And that's the thing that like made my perspective positive. Because when we were going to go eat, he was like, man, he's like, you know what, bro? He's like, once you're faced with this, he was like, all the stuff that seems like such a big deal and such a big problem, it's so minuscule. It's like, we worry about stupid shit. He's like, I worry about ticket sales. I'm like, man, am I going to sell enough? And just starting to headline, I'm not even selling tickets. And he's like, who gives a fuck? He's like, we're doing what we always wanted in the beginning. And that's making people laugh and bringing laughter and joy to other people's lives. Who gives a fuck if we're selling out? We're doing what we love. Anything after that's a bonus. When we started, what are we going to do? We want to make people laugh and we want to travel. Dude, we've surpassed that. And then some. He was like, so who gives a fuck? And when he said that, something just clicked in me. Of like, yeah, like who gives, like, we are doing what we love. And then I went through the process of sitting there and like, do I really want to quit? And I was like, I don't know if I do, man. Like that just puts so much into perspective for me. And yeah, man, he unfortunately ended up passing last year in January. But he has a special out on YouTube, man. It's called The Great Escape. If you have time,
I'll check it out.
It's amazing, bro. And it's like after he got diagnosed. And the crazy thing about that special, the day before he filmed it, he had one take to film the special. Did it in one take. The day before he filmed it, he found out and told nobody else that he went from stage 2 to stage 4.
And kept it to himself.
Kept it to himself and did the show.
Man.
And then afterwards told people. And I didn't get it, man. Like I went there because it was in El Paso and I had a show in Denver that weekend. And I was like, dude, I'm not going to make it. I'm sorry, bro. I wish I could make it. But I flew in to surprise him. And so when she's like, oh, quiero your polar bear. Like, say what's up to him. And so he went, he killed it, and he got off. And when I went up to him, I was like, bro. He's like, you did it, dude. And I hugged him, and he hugged me. And he just started bawling. And I was like, oh. I was like, you're good, dude. I was like, you did it, bro. You did it. I didn't really realize until after the fact why he started bawling. Because he knew what was up. He already knew he was on his way out. So
I'm so sorry, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. But that was a homie, dude. He was fucking hilarious, awesome, great. And the tour I'm doing now, it's called the Coldest Baddest Tour. Because it was for him. Like me and him had always talked about doing a tour together called the Coldest Baddest Tour. And we always wanted to do it. Dude, coldest, baddest, coldest, baddest, coldest, baddest. And since he's not here, I'm carrying the baton and just doing the tour for him.
But he's looking down.
Oh, well, he's here in spirit. I know he's
here.
He's showed me many times he's here in spirit. Between songs, between whatever, bro. Like if there's a random song playing, if there's certain things that happen, like it's like, yeah, this is you, bro.
This is what I think sucks about the entertainment industry. When you deal with stuff like that, you don't have a chill button. You still have to go perform.
Yep.
That sucks, bro.
It does.
Like I don't think it must be really difficult. I don't want to sit here and pretend like I know what you went through because I don't. But I know that you're an entertainer. You have to go make people laugh.
Yep.
Like how do you go make somebody laugh when you're broken inside because of what happened? That's hard, bro.
You bury it, bro, when you go on stage. There's been a few times, like when I was going through all that, where I'd be in the green room fucking tearing up. Like, fuck. All right, I got 10 minutes. I got to get my shit together and just stretch, pray, go out there and make people laugh. And then many times, bro, especially after he passed, I go to the room and I fucking cry because I miss my boy. And that's what we did all the fucking time, dude. Like, we would always do shows, and then we go out, we try and pick up chicks. Didn't happen. And then we get chicken wings and go to the room and watch South Park. That's what we did, bro.
That sounds fun.
That's what we did.
South Park is dope.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking, all right, whatever, dude. fuck it, we didn't get nobody. Fuck it, let's go eat the chicken wings we got from the Improv and go watch South Park. And we go and fucking eat chicken wings, watch South Park, go to bed.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Now let's get back to the episode. Do you think you properly dealt with the grief?
You know, I tried to deal with it as best as I could.
Okay.
I do know for a fact that it's not over. Because, I mean, I have my moments, you know what I'm saying, of like being in it and just like, fuck. Here it comes. It's going to come in waves. It's going to happen. It's going to hit me when I don't expect it. And then they will allow that to just fuck, tearing up or crying or sad or, you know, just one of those days, you know. But I don't know, man. The grief thing is a really weird thing because I've never that's the closest person I ever lost to me. Like, of course, I lost like my grandma, my grandpa, my tia, you know, all these people, my tios and stuff. But when it's somebody who's like your best friend who was in their 30s and had so much more life to go, it hits you fucking way differently, bro. So, and I'll talk to people about them, and if I bring them up, then, you know, sometimes it'll kind of come at me sideways, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting that. But I just keep pushing, bro, you know, because I know at the end of the day, that's what he would have wanted.
I'm sure he is cheering you on, and he's like, dude, if he would be able to talk to me like, fool, you better not start fucking crying, dog. Man, no, fool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. So I mean, but I know he's there, bro. Like, before I met Gabe, Fluffy. We're at the private airport or whatever, and we're about to take off, and we're sitting in the lobby, me and his tour manager and his sound guy, and we're about to take off and leave. And I heard a song. It was Jeff Buckley, Hallelujah, and that was like one of the last records I was able to buy him. I've never heard that song in like public. I've never heard it anything. And we walked out, and that song was playing like over the speaker, like very lowly, and I was like, oh. And I just started like, dude, 1,000% he was there. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I just started like tearing up and stuff.
Sorry, Gabe. I got something in my eye. I'll be back.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro. So I like walked out and I was like, oh, dude. Like I started like tearing out. I was like, it's real bright out here, dude.
Should have brought my son.
Yeah, no sweat.
I should have brought my shades.
Well, yeah, dude. So like I know like he'll make his, you know, presence aware. And just recently when I was in Albuquerque, like I was talking to him in my hotel room. I was like, I don't know if you can hear me, man, but I was like, I love you, dude. Thank you for the perspective and the stuff that you gave me before you left. And when I got in the car, there was a song that was playing in the Uber ride that only him and I would have known. And it's a song, it's by John Prine and Kurt Vile. Nobody's heard of this fucking song. How lucky. Yeah, how lucky. And it was me and him. We're in Chicago, and it randomly played on YouTube once. And he's like, "What?" He's like, "Dude, turn it up," because that was the fucking thing. He was like full Mexican one, and I was like the half. But he loved country, and so he always made fun of each other. Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Like I'm supposed to be the ones like putting you on Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson and country and shit, but you're the ones loving it." And so when I turned it up, we jammed that song. And so on the way to the airport, that song was playing. I was like, there's no fucking way. And I look, sure enough, it's fucking John Prine, Kurt Vile. And I started like tearing up. I was like, motherfucker, not right now, dude. Like I'm in an Uber.
Not in an Uber, fool.
Yeah, he's gonna think I'm all weird and shit, crying in the back. But yeah,
but
dude.
I think that's in a sense, his presence is pushing you on, bro.
1,000%.
You can't stop.
Yeah, man.
You gotta keep on going. This is just the beginning.
It is, man. It really is.
It really is, brother.
Yeah, and I'm grateful, dude. I'm just blessed for the journey, man. That's, you know, like I said, that perspective thing, it's helped me so much of just having fun, bro. Life is what it is. And one thing about God is God has always provided for me. Even if it was like at the very end of the month of like, I don't even know how I'm going to make rent. Boom, something came in. When I was going through all that depressing stuff, I had somebody hit me up, hey, you want to do a run? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm probably going to have to get like another loan. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I might have to borrow some money. And she was like, all right, it's gonna be 3 shows. We'll pay you $3,000. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I usually don't like, it's kind of like low for 3 shows. And I was like, all right, yeah, it's fine. And she was like, do you have Zelle? And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, I'm going to send you half of it right now, and you'll get half at the other at the end.
Oh, man. What a blessing.
Came in. I was like, oh, thank you, Lord. I was able to pay rent, pay my car, pay everything that was like I was falling back on. Got it paid up, and was good. So it's always God providing, bro. Always.
He's always listening, bro, and he's always there.
Yep.
But what keeps you going? Like, man, that's a lot. You went through a lot. There's days that we don't feel like doing this shit, bro. Mm-hmm. That's the reality of things.
Yeah, straight up.
So how do you tell yourself, like, what is it that keeps you going?
Man, you know what? I've always been like a people pleaser. That's always been me.
It's a lot of us, bro.
Yeah.
Not just you.
I've always had that, dude. Fucking.
You are Mexican.
I was in the friend zone a lot.
Is that the Gonzalez fool? Is that the Gonzalez side?
I don't know. Might be a little bit of both. But I was I've been a people pleaser, bro. And like, my thing has always been making people laugh, you know? And I especially like going through what I went through and the darkness that I felt and the depression stuff that I felt, like, I don't want anybody to feel that, dude, because it was so fucking dark and bad. And I've had people come up to me at shows and tell me, dude, I'm going through a very, very hard time right now. Thank you for doing this. I was able to laugh and let go for at least an hour. And that is all I need to know, bro. I had one person one time, this is in 2016, one of my first skits that went viral. She hit me up and she was like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I just wanted to reach out to you because last night I almost killed myself. I was contemplating and thinking about it, and I came across your videos, and they just made me laugh. And I just want to say thank you so much for doing that because you may have saved my life. And it's like God just touched me, bro. And I just started like weeping because I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you serious, bro? Like, this girl almost, because of me, doing goofy stuff on camera and putting it out there, made her not take her life? Are you serious? And then 2 years later, she reached back out and she's like, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I came across your videos and like you helped me from suicide. I was like, oh yeah, hey, how you been? She's like, I'm doing great. I'm doing so much better. And she sent a picture with her new husband and their daughter. And she said, this is possible because of you. Thank you so much.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
And then,
amen to that, dog.
Started tearing up again. I was like, damn, dude. Like, and so like stuff like that, bro. Like, to think if I wouldn't have put what I wanted out there and I was too worried about people commenting and all this stuff, and I didn't put videos out there to make this poor woman who was going through something so hard, who knows what she was going through. I never dug because it wasn't my business. Mm-hmm. But if I was to never do that, she may have killed herself. She may have taken her own life. So to see this beautiful baby girl on a picture and her husband who's just happy and her happy as can be, knowing that it came from like what I do in comedy, like what?
That means you're a lifesaver, brother.
It's insane.
That means that
about.
you're meant to do this, brother.
It's insane.
You never know who's listening and who's watching.
It's true, man. And that's insane to think about.
That's a blessing, bro.
It's such a blessing. And meanwhile, I'm stripping and shooting mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying?
Dick in a box?
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Fucking selling calendars?
Yeah, selling calendars half naked. Saving lives with my tits. Like, like what, dude?
That's crazy. That's amazing, though. It's just a testament that some people are meant for this, brother.
Yeah, man.
Laughter is good for the soul.
Yeah.
I love comedy, bro. It's just, I love to laugh. Like, I just think when I have a shitty day and I watch you guys, I'm like, that shit is funny. So whoever doesn't think that your white and Hispanic videos are funny are fucking haters.
Yeah.
That's just hilarious, dog.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man.
And I'd be thinking, like, I wonder if he struggles with breakfast. Like, does he pick the white side or the Mexican side? I have a creative mind.
Dude,
I'm like,
it battles.
Are you going to go with the Grand Slam or some fucking chilaquiles, dog? Those are your struggles. That's the beautiful struggle right there, dog.
Yeah, it is.
Which one are you going to go with?
No, it switches up, bro.
Oh, so he's like, I alternate.
Even when I'm cooking at home, like I'll cook breakfast. Like sometimes it's just 2 eggs, bacon, and some wheat toast. And other times it's a fucking omelet with fucking cebolla, with fucking jalapenos, with fucking homemade tortillas, all the shit. Just boom with the salsa and everything, dude. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Huevos con weenie, is that a Mexican thing or that's like a American thing?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I grew up on it, so I don't know if that's like.
You grew up on the Winnie? No Diddy. No Diddy, fool. This fool said I grew up. Hey, you're watching too much of the Diddy case, fool. All right. You think the Winnies with ketchup and a tortilla is Mexican?
Nah, that's a Mexican-American thing.
What you think?
That's fire, though.
It is. I don't know. I think it's an American thing because I mean, you think
so.
of like sausage wraps.
I think it's more American.
Yeah, like a sausage wrap.
Because I come from the most Mexican fucking.
Hold on, fool, but katsu, they use katsu in Mexico, fool, which is.
Well, they use katsu for everything in Mexico.
For eggs, fool, so like.
Yeah, but do they use weenies?
They do.
Yeah.
My grandma fucking makes that shit with beans y queso fresco, salchicha con huevo y.
So what were we talking about? Food.
No. Yeah, weenies.
Is that Mexican or American, bro?
I'm gonna go ahead and call it and say it's Mexican, but you guys.
Yeah, no, with the weenies, I think so.
It's the creativeness, I think.
Yeah.
So it might be Mexican.
I think it's more Mexican than anything.
So during your family gatherings, are you guys gonna be cooking carne asada, or are you guys gonna be like doing like sloppy joes and shit like that?
It depends on what side of the family, bro. Honestly.
So there's never a mixture of like both?
No.
Because truth be told, I fuck with sloppy joes.
Oh, no, sloppy joes
I just like food. I got a food addiction.
Shit, who you telling, bro?
You know
Come
what
on.
I'm saying? So
I'm pushing D cups over here, baby. Come on.
if I didn't work out, I would have fucking be. You know what I'm saying? So it actually depends on who's there, right?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends, bro. Like it's whatever side of the family. Like I have the skit about that. Like on my white side, it was always hamburgers and hot dogs. That's legit. Hamburgers and hot dogs all the fucking time. Every once in a blue moon, they would do steaks, but you had to bring your own steak, and they would cook it on a gas grill. The fuck? Hey.
Oh hell,
yeah.
No. Can't do that, fool.
Yeah.
Even I know that. I'm not a big steak guy, but no, fool.
Yeah, bro. So,
because I think when you cook it with charcoal, or it gives it a different type of flavor, right?
Yeah, the charcoal or mesquite, like a little mesquite. Yeah, give it that mesquite smoke. Yeah, dude. It's a different flavor for sure. Now, we would have, like, on Thanksgiving, people would bring their own dish. When my nana was alive, which my mom's mom, she could get down. She could cook, bro. Like, all, like, the sweets and stuff, the sweets are going to be flavorful. But if one of the aunts or cousins brought, like, mashed potatoes, don't eat those fucking mashed potatoes. There ain't no flavor in that. That's, ugh. Me and my brother be like, what the fuck is wrong with these mashed potatoes, dude? Like, why does she always cook mashed?
Dude, I could just imagine, like, the holidays.
Yeah.
I would be conflicted, like, tamales or just turkey, or, you know, for, like, Thanksgiving and shit like that. Because, man, Mexican Thanksgivings are, like, full. It's like, it's a feast, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And no turkey. What the fuck? Isn't it the whole point? You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh man, this is yeah.
Yeah, bro.
But
so it's like that. And like on Christmas Eve, my mom always cooks for the family. And so she'll make like enchiladas, but they're white people enchiladas. They're still good, don't get me wrong.
Are they cheese ones?
Yeah, they're beef with cheese. Okay. And but she uses like, sorry mom, I love you. I doubt she'll watch this. But Hormel chili.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And they're good, but it's more like an enchilada casserole type of shit, right? But
it's Americanized, bro. It's Americanized. There's nothing wrong with that.
But what's not Americanized is the Mexican rice she makes and the fucking chado beans she makes and the tamales she makes, because my grandma taught her.
Oh, she makes tamales?
My grandma taught her.
Oh, shit.
So that's the whole thing, bro, right? So because my mom was dating my dad, my pawpaw, my white side, obviously, didn't like her dating my dad because I don't want my daughter dating no brown boy. And one time my dad went to go pick her up, and when they were driving off, he grabbed a shotgun and shot it in the air when they were driving off. And my mom was like, I don't want to go back there. And so my mom stayed with my dad, who was staying with my parents. And my grandpa fell in love with her, and my grandma taught her how to make all of this stuff.
Oh, she got
my dad's mom. So she got the thing.
Real.
Yes. So she can make homemade tortillas. She can make Mexican rice, charo beans, tamales, calabaza con pollo, carne guisada. All of this shit she learned from my grandma. So sometimes racism is cool because it teaches your mom how to cook. But
bro, it's more common than what you think. People, especially back then.
Dude. But
it worked out in this case.
Yeah, it did. At the end of the day, like my papa and my dad were like best friends, like before he passed. So
you have to get to know him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he's like, they invited him to a carne asada, and he was sold.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Dad helped him build his house. He was like, I like this guy. He's cool.
So back to, I want to touch on this subject because I think it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Before you quit your job,
Yeah.
how many people were questioning or trying to, what is the word I'm looking for? I always use it. They're trying to
maybe second guess or
I don't want to say influence you not to quit, but imposing their fears on you and telling you, are you sure you want to do that? He just offered you $25,000 more. Dude, you should think about it.
almost everybody, bro. Legit.
Man.
My mom, being my white side, she was like, don't do it. Like, you stay there and work your way up, and you're going to need a job, and this isn't going to pay. You're not going to make enough. Even Israel, he was like, bro, he's like, are you sure you want to do this, dude? Like, that dude, he's going to pay, no mames, wait, 25,000 raise, dude, no mames. Like, you're going to.
No mames, te puedes comprar una casa, güey.
Hey, he's like, dude, you've been doing it the whole time where you go, you work and you do your skits and you do shows, and are you sure it's the right time? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I think I got it. He's like, well, fuck it, dude. Like, I support you. Whatever you want, dude. Fuck it. What you want to do, fucking do it away. I was like, all right. And then my dad was a supportive one. My dad he was like, whatever you want to do. He's like, that's what you want to do, mijo? He's like, do it. But my dad started his own construction business when he was like 20. So he was an entrepreneur himself.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, and so he ran.
Okay.
And
he understands.
Yes. He understood. My mom, on the other hand, was like, I don't know. Like, you're going to make enough money.
Think about it.
Yeah. And she was like, I don't know. Right. Yeah, exactly. You're going to have health insurance.
You have health insurance, dental, all that.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Which is a valid point. Okay? I'm not saying they're wrong.
No.
But I think our parents want to go with the security aspect of it.
Of course.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But to make it big, you got to take risk.
You do, man. You really do. And that's something I had to do. I had to figure it out. I still don't have health insurance. So it's like, whatever.
But you will.
Yeah. I mean, Israel didn't have health insurance. And he went through the whole cancer. We had to like get him really like approved for like Medicaid and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that's a comedian, bro. If I'm having heart problems, I'm like, well, I hope this isn't it, because I'm not going to go pay $1,000 to check my heart out. Like, go figure it out. Like, oh, man, my arm hurts. Is that it? Pull it out working out, or is that? We'll find out, I guess.
Well, the way I usually, like if my left arm starts hurting, then I'm alarmed.
Yeah.
Because, they say it's the left. So it's the right, fuck it up.
Right.
Tómate una pinche Tylenol, güey. Boom. And if it's the left, I'm like, oh, I'm still going to drink a Tylenol. So, but like, I think people try to impose their fears.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you just got to do what you love to do.
For sure.
And it's always going to be people putting shit in your head to second guess yourself. But at the end of the day, you just got to do what's best for you.
Exactly, bro.
And what makes you happy.
Amen to that.
Because you know what? We all have an expiration date.
We do, man. We do. We
so
get
let's
one
make
shot.
the best out of it while we're here.
Yeah.
And something very important that I think your friend told you was, I think sometimes we worry about the stupidest shit.
Yep.
And then somebody that's faced with that type of illness, It's like, dude, you worrying about that shit, and I'm worrying about like
Surviving, living.
surviving.
Yeah,
So it's like that's why I think it has a lot to do with perspective too.
it does, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And faith.
Yep.
Do you think you got closer to God when you started dealing with his passing and stuff like that?
Nah, man. Honestly, my faith took a really hard hit when he passed. Like, hard hit.
Well,
like
I could understand why.
And honestly, bro, like that's the beautiful thing about God's grace too, man. Is like when he passed, I was in my living room, like I was out with my church, and we had just prayed for him, and I was like, "Can we say a prayer for my buddy? You know, he's going through all this and whatever." And I was like at a church men's group. It was early Saturday morning, and then me and my homie went to go like eat afterwards. And we're sitting there eating, and his brother called me, and I was like, "Damn, I already know what it is." His brother doesn't call me like that, you know. So I picked up, "Hey man, what's going on, Abner?" He's like, "Hey man, just want to let you know he passed this morning." And I was like, oh. And this was during the 21 days of prayer and fasting with my church, and I was like trying to go to it and like really into it. And after the church group, we were going to the church to do it, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm still gonna go. I can't let this defeat me. I gotta go." And so I pulled up, went in, and during the 21 days of prayer and fasting, they like play like worship music low in the background, and you just sit there and pray. And I was just sitting there, and I like started to pray, and I started to tear up, and I was like, "What am I doing here, dude? Like I don't need to be here." And I got up and I left, and I went home, and I stayed in my living room, and I fucking bawled my eyes out, and I cussed God out. I was like, "You fucking hypocrite! I can't fucking believe you take my fucking friend, but you can raise your friend Lazarus back from the dead. You fuck!" Like I was like pissed, dude, like pissed. And I told him to keep the faith, and you're supposed to be a healer. You're not even a fucking healer. Da, da, da. And I was like, oh, man. Got through that, and I was like, kind of like you come to a sense of like you realize what you did. Of like, man, I just, you know, cussed and cursed out one of the persons who are God who's been there for me through my whole life, you know, and talked to him, prayed to him, apologized, but I mean, I would still go to church and I would still show up because I knew that if I didn't and I was just by myself, that's the devil's playground right there. He's going to find any way to get in. You're at your weakest right now. You don't want to go to church. Don't pray. Fuck him. Don't pray. Don't talk to God. Why? He took your friend. And so I was like, I got to stay. And I would go to church, bro, and I'd be in church and I would feel nothing. And anytime they were like, give it up for Jesus, give it up for God, the healer of all healers. If you're going through anything, he can heal you. And I would just sit there like numb. I'm like, whatever, dude. Whatever. But I just kept talking to him. I kept praying to him. And I don't know, man. All I can say is like, and I don't want to like preach to your audience, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you believe in, I respect, and you do what you do. I love every single person. I don't care if you're an atheist. I don't care. Like I love every single person. But if you're ever curious about it, talk to him, pray to him. Like go to church. And even church, man, like you really don't even have to go to church if you don't want to go to church, because sometimes the people in church are going to push people away from faith, because it's these people of like, oh, well, what? You're not supposed to be doing this. You're doing that, you're going to hell. How are you going to drink and then come to church? They're figuring out their journey, bro. Like, don't push them away, you know? Like,
That's a valid point.
So far from perfect. So far from perfect. The furthest from perfect guy, like, I think a Christian can be is me. But I still talk to him. I still pray to him. And I just hope at the end of the day it's enough to see him and hug him and be in his presence. And if not, well, then I messed up. You know, like
I'm with you on that.
And but yeah, man, like so going through it, my faith really took a body blow. Like,
because it must be difficult, bro.
It is, man.
That's valid. Everything you just said is valid.
Thanks, man.
Because I think the devil's always gonna put you in a position where you start questioning God's faith. That's his job. That's his sole job. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But you start feeling, you're angry. So you need to start letting shit out. And you start blaming people. And of course, I think it's valid. You know what I'm saying? And In a situation like that, oh man, I would be pissed.
Oh, dude, I was beside myself, man. I was real pissed off, especially because the only thing that was in my mind was Lazarus, his best friend, raising him from the dead. But I was so blinded by Fury that I got into like the Chosen series and was watching that, and I remember watching it, and in that series, like I completely forgot about this part of the Bible. I don't know how, but I did. John the Baptist, that was also his childhood friend, and with him, he got captured and decapitated. They cut his best friend's head off, and that when I saw that, I was like, man, God, I'm tripping. You know, like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I completely forgot about that, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, I get it. Yeah.
I'm like Britney Spears. I did it again.
Yeah, bro. So, like, after that, I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, God. You know, and my faith still isn't as strong as it once was. You know, I'll still hear that, and I'll be like, healer of all healers. But I believe that he is, but it's just...
But it's just...
healing.
Those are some... It's still kind of fresh.
It is, bro. Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take time, brother.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm cool with it, man.
And it's okay, brother.
Yeah.
You know, people need to understand that it is okay to not be okay at times. You know, but I think time heals everything.
I think so too, man.
You know what I mean? And your faith is going to get back to where it was.
Yeah. I think
Because
so.
he's still blessing you with the life that you have now.
Yep.
You know what I mean, brother? Like,
Yep.
And now you're blessing everybody else with laughter.
Yeah. And I still talk to him and I still thank him
You
for
know?
blessings and
I pray
to
every
him.
day.
Same.
Sometimes I'd be angry though, like, really? You did that to me? What the fuck?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
it's like I could relate to everything you're saying. And I'm sure that the 98% of the people here are going to relate to that as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's going to take time. Everything's still fresh. And, you know, one day at a time, brother.
That's what it
One
is.
day at a time.
That's what it is, man.
So, comedy, which I love.
Yep.
Who inspired you? Which comics were like, oh, man, this guy's, man, I wish I could open for that guy one day, even though they might not be here, but which ones inspired you?
The one that intrigued me first to even be funny, I was like 10 or 11 years old maybe. It's Chris Farley.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's right there.
There he
shirt.
is.
Yeah. So, I mean, that dude intrigued me
that's a hell of a-
first. Oh, yeah, bro. That's a classic SNL right
That's a
there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Adam
Yeah,
Sandler,
bro.
dog.
Now, baby.
Yeah, that's a good day. It's a glory days of SNL.
Hell yeah.
But he's the one that intrigued me first because I remember going downstairs and my dad and my Theo were watching Saturday Night Live, and it was the Chip and Dale's skit
Okay.
with Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley.
Okay.
And I saw him dancing, and I saw my dad and my Theo losing it, like crying, tears in their eyes, laughing so hard. And I remember looking at the TV like, what the hell are they watching? And it was Chris Farley. He had his shirt off, and he was dancing, and I was a chubby kid, and I was like, we're not allowed to do that. Like, what? He has his shirt off? And I remember seeing my dad and my Theo losing it and laughing, and I was like, wait a minute. This is genius. So I can use my weight to make fun of myself and make other people laugh? And so I took it to school and I started being the chubby kid, but I started making fun of myself and I started doing shit and acting out and like doing stuff and making people laugh. And that's the thing that sparked it, was seeing that. That's why at the end of my shows, I'll strip because it's paying
It
homage.
was inspired by him.
Yes, it's paying homage to Chris
Now
Farley.
It makes sense.
Yes.
I thought he was just fucking feeling frisky, bro.
Chris Farley never made the heels clap. folks.
I don't know, fool. It's like you had a lot of practice for it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I've been to a lot of strip clubs growing up, so I know what to do. But yeah, man, that was the first spark. And then Richard Pryor was one of the ones that like I saw like his comedy being like self-depreciating comedy, and that shit, like I was like, dude, when he lit himself on fire smoking crack, and then went and did live on Sunset Strip and talked about lighting himself on fire and making fun of it. He's like, I heard what y'all been saying. He lit that match. He's like, I'll grab a match and That's Richard Pryor running down the street after burning himself for smoking crack. That shit is like, damn, dude, like you're able to come back from one of the like lowest points of your life, and all this news coverage media is before social media, but it's all over the news, and everybody's talking shit about you, and you're able to go up on stage and do that. And the thing a lot of people don't know about that is the Live on Sunset Strip. If you watch it, it's the one where he's in a red suit. The first time he went out to go and perform that special, he bombed.
No way.
He went up on stage and he bombed, and they redid it the next night. And if you watch that special and you see him walking out, and you see his eyes of just focused, like he's going into a fight, it's because he bombed the night before. And when he went up on that stage, he's like, fuck that, I'm taking this shit. And he went up and murdered it. Yeah, it's insane.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
It's insane, bro. And so Richard Pryor, and then the other one was a lot of people don't know who he is, but Robert Schimmel.
I don't know who that is.
He's fucking hilarious. He passed, yeah, but he's hilarious, bro. He was a killer. When he has a HBO special called I think it's Uncensored or something like that. But my dad and I used to watch that all the time, and it was one of the first like actual stand-up comedies I was able to watch, because it was rated R. And I remember I was like 8th grade, 9th grade, and my dad and I would watch it and we'd laugh our ass off. And my mom walked out the white side and she heard it and she's like, what is he, Jonathan, you're not allowed to watch that. And my dad was like, hi, honey, like it's this, he's already watched it 3 times. Like, don't worry about it, it's fine. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, Dad, badass. So it'll be my dad like are watching. He's like, yeah, take that, Mom. And so we'd always like watch it and it'd always quote, like his jokes on there. And he was just hilarious, bro. And he had cancer. The thing's crazy with him is he had cancer. He beat cancer, and then he died in a car wreck with his daughter. And his daughter was driving. How do you beat?
Oh man,
I couldn't even imagine.
That makes you question certain things. Like,
bro,
how do I beat that? And then this happens.
Pobrecita, the daughter, dude. Of like
Jesus,
driving and knowing that it was in your hands and your dad passed. Oh,
so she survived.
She survived. And her dad died.
Fuck.
I would never drive again, bro.
Imagine the trauma she has.
Dude.
I wonder how she's doing now.
Oh, man, I hope better. That was like 2010, 2000. Yeah, 2010, 2011. Yeah, bro. Eesh.
Oh, man, we got to say a prayer for her, bro.
Yeah.
You're responsible for the death of your dad.
Ooh. I wouldn't even.
And you have to live with that every day.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man, prayers to her, bro.
Yeah, for real.
That's not.
Yeah, bro. It's
tough,
Yeah, but he is hilarious, man. If your followers look up Robert Schimmel, he's hilarious, bro. He's good.
Was there any at that time, like when you started, who was popping off in the Latino scene? George?
Yeah. And that's the thing that where I first got the half white, half Hispanic stuff from. Because my mom's side of the family would watch the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall. And then me and my dad, we would watch the Latin Kings of Comedy. And I was like, dude, I have both of these. Like, what? There's no comedian out there doing, well, my white side does this, my Hispanic side does this, or my Mexican side, my white side. Nobody's doing this. So what if I were to do comedy, get into it, and I was to talk about both sides? And I did when I first started. And I have some clips that were fucking rough because I didn't know how to deliver it, But I was working it out and figuring it out. And then the pandemic happened. That's when it happened. Like, when that happened, when they were like, we want more of this, I was like, man, fuck. Like, I've been doing this since like 2012 is when I first started doing those
shit
jokes.
already.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man, for real.
Now y'all want this?
But this is what I say about, I'm like, you too, about being consistent and doing this and just keep going. That wasn't for me at that time. If I would have been doing skits and I did the half white, half Hispanic stuff in 2013, 2014, I'm 2 years in the game. And if I would have been headlining,
you weren't ready for that.
I wasn't ready. It's always,
That's a great point.
And I always say God's timing, bro. I always say, God, let your will be done, not my own, because I know your will is better than mine.
And now things are starting to make sense because I thought you were 20, right?
Yeah.
And when he was saying like back in 20, I'm like, how old is this guy? No, but now like, look at this guy fucking looks like he's 20.
Yeah, no kids, baby.
Chingalo. See what happens when you don't have kids? Hey,
White don't crack. No, white's horrible. Trust
no
me.
kids. Kids. Like, fuck, we're almost the same age, bro. So
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 42.
Okay. Well, she still look good for 42, bro.
Shit,
what are you talking about, dude?
No white hair yet?
Yeah. Come
People
on.
think I use fucking what is that shit?
Just for men and shit.
Just for man? Like, no, fool, not yet.
Nah, you look great for 42,
I mean,
bro.
I wish I had beard like yours, bro.
Nah.
But this is it anyway. Look at this fucking show off too.
I know, you know. You.
So, I think back in the early 2000s, I think George Lopez, and I enjoy Carlos Mencia too, bro.
Yeah.
He's
same.
a killer, bro.
Yep.
Aside from all the other shit, whatever, Carlos Mencia was one of the ones too, man.
Yeah.
Like the originators, bro.
Hey, bro, he was a beast.
He's a
Yeah.
beast, bro.
Yeah.
I think Carlos Mencia, George Lopez, and like Dave Chappelle, like in the early 2000s, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Chappelle's the shit.
Bro, Dave Chappelle's on another level, bro.
Bro,
Damn.
the Chappelle show, bro. Those skits
What?
are still relevant.
Come
dog.
on, man.
Come on, doggy.
Those were reels before reels. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
like,
that's an analogy right there. You're right.
yeah. Those were fucking skits and reels before reels were anything. He originated that shit. And the fact that dude walked away from it. 2 seasons. They wanted to fuck him. He's like, I'm good. Walked and
Check
did
this
his
out.
own thing and came back. Like, what?
And people didn't know why he walked.
Until he said it.
Now they're like, now we know.
Yep. And you have to think about that, bro. I mean, you fought your whole life to get to where he was. He's there. And he had his own thing that he wanted to stand on and believe in and his morals and was like, fuck y'all. I'm not going to do that. And he left. And what everybody say, he's crazy. He went to Africa. He's crazy. He's lost his mind. He's crazy.
He's on crack.
Yeah. He's on crack. He's doing all. And then he came back and he started performing in parks. He would grab a speaker and a microphone and hook it up and perform in parks. Everybody's like, he's lost his mind. He's completely crazy. He's not crazy.
He's not crazy.
He just didn't say yes to y'all's bullshit plan. It made
And
his
then
own
you try
way.
to portray him
Yeah.
as if he's fucking crazy.
Yep.
You made all these headlines saying he's crazy.
Yep. And he made his
And he's
own
not.
way. Made his own
And
way.
he's back making way more.
Way more.
Bro, have you seen those Netflix specials?
Oh, yeah.
Dog.
Dude.
Comedy store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's way more money. And what happened? He came back, and not only did he make more money, he, in my eyes, he's one of the forefront linemen for comedy. Because what was happening? The cancel culture. You get canceled for stuff. You couldn't say certain things. You couldn't talk about this group. You couldn't talk about these people. You couldn't do that. You couldn't say this. Him and Bill Burr were like, fuck you.
Yeah.
We got fuck you
Yeah.
money. You know you can't touch me, Dave Chappelle. You can't touch me. You can't. What the fuck? You tried. I'm already back. I'm bigger than I was before. What are y'all going to do to me? I'm going to go up and I'm going to say this about the LGBTQ community. I'm going to say this about these people. I'm going to say this about these people. I'm going to say this about these people. Fuck your cancel culture. Cancel me. Go ahead.
And there's nothing you could do.
Nothing.
Fuck you.
Nothing. Why? Because comedy is comedy. That's all it is. There is no hate toward like that whole cancel culture shit, bro. It went the whole left direction, and people were like, "No, you mean this, and you're a hateful person, and that's fucked up." Blah, blah, blah. No, it's comedy, bro.
But isn't that what comedy's about? Just
Exactly.
to fucking make fun of each other?
Exactly. That's how we get through shit. You know how many dark jokes me and Israel had when he was dying of cancer about him dying of cancer? That's how we got through shit, bro. That's how we got through shit. And I got cancer privilege. I got cancer privilege. That was our big thing. Wow. I'm going to use my cancer privilege. And we would go into place and be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm battling cancer. Oh, are you? Oh, no. Come on, please. And he'd look back at me and he'd just wink at me like,
Hey, I got us free tacos.
yeah, cancer privilege.
And he would wear his little. he would wear his hospital little thing. Be like,
dude, yeah, that's what.
But that's
comedians
good for the
do.
soul, though,
yeah,
bro.
Because what
Make
are we
fun
gonna
of
do?
it.
Are we gonna be sad and just like for his last days, just be sad and like, oh man, this fucking sucks? Or are we gonna be comedians and laugh, bro? You want to be sad and pissed off about a situation you're in? Doesn't even have to be cancer. It could be anything. Laugh. Make jokes about it, dude. I mean, even when I was going through all like my depression shit, I'd make fucking dark jokes or suicidal jokes because, yeah, whatever. It's reality. The more you make fun of it, the less power it has on you.
That right there.
That's it. That's it.
But I think people were pushing this agenda that doesn't belong in comedy.
Yep.
Comedy is about that.
Yep, it is,
Making
bro.
fun of all kinds of shit.
It is.
I clown. We clown. Like, shit, low-key, I could be a comedian, but I'm not as skilled as you guys. But, like, you know, I'll be like, damn, that's just kind of funny. So, I mean, if I'm going through this or am I going through that, well, fuck it. Let's laugh about it.
That's what it's about, bro. And I honestly think what started the cancel culture, and people might say I'm crazy for thinking this, but I think Trump started it.
You think so?
I think so. And
How so?
and I'll say this before I even get into it. I hate politics. Fuck Trump, fuck Harris, fuck Democrats, Republicans, fuck all of them. Nobody gives a shit about us. Do your own thing.
That's valid.
Fuck them all. But I think Trump fucked it up because when he came in and he started running, he was speaking his mind. He's been around bullshit his whole life and fucking making jokes, but making fun of people that he probably shouldn't make fun of. And then people started saying, well,
That's true.
No, that's messed up and you can't say that. And that's so insensitive and that's so insensitive. And they were pushing the insensitive narrative so hard against him and his campaign that I think so many people ran with that. Was like, that is insensitive. That is fucked up. Why is he doing this? Yes, okay. Maybe it is fucked up, some of the stuff he said. Some of the stuff he said, like, bro, hey, dude, fucking take it back a little bit.
Ooh, chill, dog.
Yeah, you went straight with, like, you did the.
That fool went for the jugular.
Come on, bro, chill.
Okay.
But that bleeded over into society, which bleeded over into comedy. And so when people started joking about stuff like that, all they saw was red and insensitivity. It was like, no, he can't say that. Cancel him. Fuck him.
That's a valid point.
That's what I
agree with
think.
that.
Because if you think he started running, 2015?
Yeah, 2015.
Think about before 2015. Think about the movies that were out. If you watch movies and shows from like 2013, 2012, 2011, there was shit in there that people wouldn't joke about today. You couldn't do that.
Yeah, there's some movies that I'm like, that's fucking racist as fuck.
Right. Tropic Thunder. Yeah. Blackface, bro. Robert Downey Jr. is the only person that ever get away with blackface. Him and Thomas C. Howell. I don't know if you've seen Soul Man.
No, I haven't. I'm not a big.
You ever heard of
guy.
Soul Man? No. Dude, that shit. You watch that, bro. That's nuts.
But I think, from what I'm seeing now, things are becoming a little bit better because we're not paying attention to this cancel culture shit, especially in comedy.
Yep. People got tired of it. That's all it was.
People got tired of it. Look at Renee Vanca. That fool's fucking. Saying some shit that I'm like, oh, fuck, that shit's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
people got tired of the cancel shit. Look at Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis.
But I think Dave Chappelle normalized it again.
I think so too. Him and Bill Burr.
Yeah. Bill Burr, he's fucking hilarious, dog. Have you seen that Netflix special?
And his new Hulu special.
Dog.
The new Hulu special is great too.
Oh, well, I need to watch that one.
It's hilarious.
Like he says the truth.
Yeah. I love Bill Burr, bro.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too, bro. Like, and the Hulu special is great too. And people will say like he went soft in the Hulu special and da-da-da. But honestly, bro, that's a bunch of conservatives who got their feelings hurt because he was taking one side of a political agenda. And whatever. I don't like that shit either. To me, keep your political advice to yourself and do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But also, don't fucking get butthurt if somebody says that they like this person or don't like this person or whatever. Like, just enjoy the art.
I think people need to start respecting other people's opinions and
That's
the way
it.
they see things.
Yeah.
Dog, just because they're on the opposite team doesn't mean that you're fucking just respect it.
Yes, I agree. You're 42. You remember the days of Democrats and Republicans being friends and being cool and being chill with each other.
I don't understand at what point it became like a fucking how did that happen?
I don't know, man. I think,
you know what I mean?
I think Trump's partially to blame and also Obama. Because I think when Obama got in, it was a black dude and people's racism started to show. They're like, we don't want a black man as a president. We don't want get John McCain. We want John McCain. We'll vote for him. We don't want this guy. Da, da, da. And so I think those two things back to back I think that's when the Republican and Democrat shit started, like, people started butting heads.
Now it's out of control type shit.
Yeah. Now it's...
But we need to get back to respecting fucking...
Please.
People's opinions. I mean, the only one that I truly dislike is Gavin Newsom, but okay, we're not going to get into that.
I mean, y'all are suffering from it, so yeah, I get it.
God damn, fool. Like, other than that, it's like, you know, shit, you got to live in California to see some of the clown shit that happens here.
Oh, I could imagine.
And it's just like, this shouldn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
Like, bro, there's some things that I could sit here and explain to you. You're going to look at me like I'm fucking crazy. Like, what do you mean somebody could just break into your house and you can't do nothing?
Dude, that's wild. That's wild.
Explain that to me, dog.
I can't.
Dog, it's like
Texas,
some of these things. That's why I love Texas.
Yeah, wish a motherfucker would.
Yeah, exactly. Like here's like no. If they break in, what are we supposed to do? Just fucking stare at these motherfuckers just destroying your personal property?
Oh, go ahead.
That's crazy, dog.
Go ahead.
I don't fucking know. They
Hope
lost.
you got in. Sorry.
You know, that's the only one that I'm like really like, come on, dog. But I live here and I see what they're doing, and it doesn't make sense, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But even though I might have friends that might support him, I mean, I'm not gonna dislike the dude.
Whatever, dude.
I don't care, dude.
Everybody has their own opinion.
So let's go watch the game, yeah. Let's go. You know, like, dude, it doesn't matter,
bro.
I think a little less of them, but
Like, I have a liberal ass friend that I'm just like, all right, fool, you're a little bit too liberal for me, but I fuck with you because I've known you forever. So
it is what
it's
it
all
is.
good.
Everybody has their own beliefs.
Don't talk about that. Let's just let's watch the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, I do, man. That's what it is. Those are your beliefs. Whatever it is. I don't care if you are lesbian, trans, gay, Republican, Democrat, whatever. At the end of the day, we're all human beings, bro. Like, love each other. It is what it is. If Jesus can love everybody, why can't we love everybody?
Exactly. I think adults are adults and they should make their own decisions, and whatever fucking floats their boat, do it.
Yeah, exactly. At
You're
least
an
y'all don't
adult.
have, like, Texas is cool with the breaking in thing, but y'all don't have Dan Patrick.
Shit.
Yeah, Dan Patrick's fucking legalizing or like making it illegal for everything THC. Everything.
Really?
You can't. Yeah, they're trying to pass a bill right now where you can't have any type of weed, CBD, THC, none of it. Fuck all of y'all.
And they banned porn. I heard.
Yeah,
I heard.
yeah, in Texas. Yeah, no.
They did.
and they're trying to pass like no taxes on property right at capital gains.
Yep.
In Texas?
Yeah,
I'm
which
moving-
that's
I'm
dope.
moving to Texas.
That's badass. You know,
No
but
capital gain tax.
yeah. But Dan Patrick, if you look into it, he got sponsored in Bush and Budweiser and like those beer companies gave him like $250,000, $300,000.
Oh,
like,
that's why he's pushing
and donations.
There's always some hidden shit, dog.
Yep.
So it's like, no, you can't get high off of this, but get high off of this.
Yeah,
See,
get drunk.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, get drunk and crash and do
You know?
whatever.
I don't
but-
smoke weed, but
Right.
I would be pissed if I did.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you can't just be like no to this and yes to this.
Yeah, but it's also Texas. Like, whatever, bro. It's been illegal my whole life, so you just figure out ways.
Well, it was illegal here until, now it's just like, God damn, man, everybody's just smoking a little bit, way too much. I'm getting contact high.
Right. Yeah. Y'all need to smoke to keep it with the fucking gas prices.
They have
That's
like restaurants here where you can smoke weed at the restaurant.
no shit.
Inside?
Inside, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. I think I would get
Bet you they
contact
sell
high.
a lot of food.
Tons of
Everybody
food.
getting high and just getting munchies and shit.
Because it's like a dispensary, and the second floor is a restaurant, and they have like a patio, so we can just chill. And, like, you can buy weed and go straight to the patio,
Damn.
or you can buy weed, go to the restaurant, and then you can smoke at your table while they bring you your food. Like,
Damn, that's badass. That's legit.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Who's your do you live in Southern California and are you looking to buy, sell, or refinance one of your properties? What better agent to represent you than the host of True Hustle Podcast? Go ahead, give us a call or send us a text at 323-352-7946. Now let's get back to the episode, baby. Who would you want to collab with right now? With a comedian that you're like, man, I fuck with this comedian. I mean, obviously, Fluffy was big,
Of course.
you know, but who would you want to collab with aside from Fluffy?
Like going on the road and doing shit
Going
with
on the
them?
road, opening up for him, working side by side with them.
I mean, the two we talked about, Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, for sure.
Hire me as your camera guy if that ever happens. I'm not even a camera guy, bro. I'll pretend. I'll just fucking take one of our cameras. That's funny. Yeah, just hold it. I'll hold the light,
Yeah,
fool.
bro. One of them would be dope. Also, dude, I'd love to fucking like hang out and chill with like Shane Gillis and shit and do shows with him.
Okay.
You know, Shane Gillis or Louis C.K. because both of them that got canceled and they were able to come back from it.
I like Louis C.K.
Yeah.
I like them. He got canceled. I was like, why? Come on, man.
Yeah. And that's what it is too, man. It's comedy, bro. At the end of the day, it's comedy. It is what it like. Look, like I said, we've talked about it. I'm a big God-fearing man and pray and all that. But I love George Carlin coming up. You know how much he talked about and disrespected God and Jesus? That's his opinion. That's his comedy. Whatever. I'll look past that and get to the funny part. Be like, that's hilarious. I can laugh at that. But I'm not gonna be like, no, I can't. I don't want to. George Carlin's an asshole, and I don't want to. No, dude, he's fucking hilarious. So what if these are his beliefs and his opinions? Let the person believe and have those opinions. Louis C.K. talks about God and disrespects God, but I think he's hilarious.
He's hilarious.
I think he's funny. There's nothing that Louis C.K. is going to tell me that's going to question my faith and make me step away from God. It's just not going to happen because it's there. But it's at the end of the day, it's comedy, it's opinions. Stop worrying so much about other people's opinions and worry about your own self and your own home.
Absolutely. Amen to that. What shows you got going on this week, man? Talk to me.
Man, Covina this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and then San Jose on Sunday. And then the whole tour is already in progress.
Okay. So it's not just California.
No, I leave June 17th to Florida. And then I'll do Tampa, Orlando, and Naples
Tampa's
out there.
badass, bro.
Yeah, Tampa's dope.
I fucking fuck with Tampa.
Yeah.
People don't know that. Now they know. Like, I've been there like a couple times, and I'm like, man, I would move here.
Yeah, Tampa's dope, dude. The humidity sucks.
It sucks.
It's awful, but
it's beautiful, man.
it is, bro.
I had so much fun every time I go over there, man.
It is, man. So
in Florida, where else?
Oh, man. There's so many, like, cities that I'm doing that, what's after Florida? Oh, I have Vegas at the end of the month. Then I have Salt Lake City with Jordan Landing, beginning of July. And then I'm doing like North Carolina, Alabama, and maybe Tennessee.
Okay.
So it's just going everywhere on like nationwide tour. And that's, like I said, man, whatever, dude. Like tickets aren't selling as best as I want them to. Whatever, bro. I'm doing what I love, and I'm making people laugh.
Worry less and have more fun.
That's what it is, bro.
At the end of the day, dog.
Bro.
People. For me, now that I'm shifting. Like now that I'm in this industry, I'm like, man, worry less about that and just focus more on the craft. Everything else is gonna work itself out, bro.
Exactly. God's timing.
God's timing is perfect. You might not think it is, but it is.
If I would have popped off in 2016, 2012, 2013, one of my videos, you know, when I started,
you weren't ready for it yet.
I wasn't, bro. I wasn't.
You were young.
Yep.
You were young. So I wasn't ready for all this at that age.
Yep. And a thing that'll also paralyze people, and I'll get this out to your people too, is comparison. Don't compare yourself, because that's going to be, dude, I'm telling you right now, do not compare yourself to other people. That's a thief of joy. It will fucking rob you blind if you sit there and compare yourself. Well, he's selling out. I started before him, or he's doing this and I've been doing that. And you sit in that too damn long. Nah, man, you're going to be way in your head. And then you're going to be like, I'm not even funny. I'm not even there. It starts off as like, well, damn, he's doing this. I want to do that. But then if you ride that train too long, just fucking all your confidence, all the stuff you worked for, that's going to be out the window. And then, dude, Ralph Barbosa, fucking amazing dude, hilarious. He opened up for me in 2021 at the Addison Improv, and Israel told me about him. Bro, you got to get this dude, man, Ralph Barbosa. He's fucking hilarious. And he came to the Addison Improv. He did like a little guest spot, like 7-10 minutes. And I saw him. I was like, this guy's fucking hilarious. And I told him afterwards, like, bro, your writing technique is on a whole other level, bro. You're hilarious. Keep at it. And then he opened up for me again. And then, boom, he took off. Left me way fucking behind the dust.
Wow.
But me and him are still fucking tight. When he came to Austin, I opened up for him at the Paramount Theater. I've been wanting to perform at the Paramount Theater for a while. Since I went there in kindergarten and saw, like, the Nutcracker there, because we went, like, with the school trip. And I was like, dude, this is amazing theater. And I've always wanted to perform there. If I would have stuck in that fucking comparison thing of like, oh, well, this guy opened up for me, blah, 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 I would have been consumed with hate and jealousy and envy in order to like get away from that. But it's like, fuck that. This is fucking badass. I knew this guy was going to make it. He's so fucking funny. And he's such a good dude. Such a good dude, kind heart, everything. This dude deserves that and more. Cool with them, whatever. Hey, man, I see you're coming to Austin. I'm going to come see you. Bro, fucking hit me up. Come back. You want to do a spot? Fuck yeah, I'm down. Wow. When I had a ticket and everything, but I went to go see him just to fucking, I wanted to go see him and see him do the fucking Paramount. I went, hey, man, I'm going to be there. Like, we should catch up. Fuck yeah, dude. Hit me up. Went there, did a spot for him, chilled, talked. And nothing's changed about that dude. Still the same, down to earth, kind hearted. You good? You need anything? You fucking killed. You did great. Thanks for coming out. All that, like, super cool dude. But if you let that jealousy and envy take over you, then you're gonna create something else in your mind. Fuck that guy. He's an asshole. Blah 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 blah. Why? Your time's coming, dude. Everybody's path is different on this journey. Ain't nothing the same. Ain't no kind of fucking path the same. Everybody has their own way of making it.
That's a bar right there. But people, I think it's an easier route to be like, well, fuck that. He made it. Mm-hmm. And bro, you can't be like that. You should be celebrating people.
Yes, dude.
And Ralph is such a good guy, man.
He is.
He seemed like a cool ass dude. I met him for the Ken Flores.
The tribute show?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, what's up, brother? And like seemed like such a grounded individual.
He is.
You know, I hit him up like, hey, we gotta be in the podcast. He's like, yeah, I'm down. So like when I'm there and I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah.
So
good dude.
Everybody's timing is different. You're right, bro.
It is.
So people need to stop this. Well, he did this, he did that, but that's his journey.
It is.
It's his timing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your timing.
Yep.
Your timing will come.
It will. And guess what? When it does come, you're going to have people who are just like you. Of, oh, man, that guy did that. He doesn't even deserve this. Da, da, da. Now you're going to understand, oh, shit. Okay. This was my time. This is my journey. And I'm having these people who feel the same way that I felt about somebody else.
And it's super dope. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, bro. And that's... But I knew, bro, like, just seeing his shit, man, this guy sticks with it, he's going to go fucking far. And now, look, he
just took
murdering. Off. He's killing it, dude. So, I mean,
I've seen him perform with Felipe Esparza in San Antonio. I flew out there to go check him out. That was Ken on the lineup, Renee. Ralph.
Frankie.
So it was like a killer lineup.
Yeah, bro.
So...
Yeah, it was crazy. I had a show out of town that fucking weekend, and I was pissed. I was like, damn, dude.
That shit was killer.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it was super dope.
Yeah, man.
So you performed at that stadium that you wanted to perform at, you said?
Yeah, Paramount Theater. Yeah.
Do you think you would want to do your own show there?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So when that happens, I'll fly over there to check it out.
Fuck yeah. That'd be badass, dude. I got you.
That would be dope.
Kick in the green room, get you fucking front row seats, both of y'all.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's going to happen, bro. It's just consistency. It's just staying there. I wanted to shoot my first special there, but I wasn't ready. And I'm glad I didn't, because with like my first special, it's on YouTube and you can watch it, but I'm not pleased with it, to be honest.
Okay.
But I mean, it's what it is, man. You learn from it.
I just think it takes a lot of practice.
It does.
You know?
And I learned, man. Like when I watched it back, I was like... And I remember when it clicked for me, because like somebody's like, you got your special? And I was like, yeah. And I'm already like, yeah, whatever, you know. And I was like, check it out. I was like, it starts getting funnier like, 10, 15 minutes in. And I was like, pendejo, dude. Like, why? You literally said it out loud. Why didn't you cut the 10, 15 minutes in the beginning? You're talking about Austin and fucking fluffing up the crowd. You don't need to put that in your special. But next special, I know. Come out swinging. Because the attention span of people is so small.
How hard is it to plan out your own special? Like, do you have to hire the whole production team? And really?
Yep. And I hired a homie in Austin, and he's used to doing like music videos and movies and all that. So he wasn't used to like doing a comedy. This is his first comedy special that he shot. And when they mic'd the audience, they fucked up and they put the mic too close to the receiver.
So you hear the...
And he was like, we can either get really good, crisp sound, or you can have the audience laughing. And I was like, man, I'm dropping all this cash. Let's get really good, crisp sound. And so, like when I was going through the footage, audience is dying laughing. But the final thing, you hear them, but you're not hearing them die laughing like
the way they
were.
It really happened.
Yeah. So it's like, But again, you learn from it. You move on. Like, all right.
Everything's a learning experience, brother.
It is, bro.
It is what it is.
Yep.
You can't go back. You can't change it.
Yeah.
But what you can change is not make that same mistake, bro.
Exactly.
So now I'm going to hire somebody that has experience in filming these type of specials.
Yeah. Yep. And actually, like, I just came through something with Rick Rubin has a book called The Act of Creative Thinking or Creative Act or something like that. If you look up Rick Rubin's book, he only has one. But he had this in there. It said, failure is the information you need to get where you're going. And that's so, like, you got to go through. If you want to get to this place, there's going to be so many times you fail. But what I learned is don't fucking be like, man, I failed. Fuck, dude, I'm not going to do it. No. Why did you fail? What was the reason that you failed? Why do you feel like you failed? Analyze that. Oh, I failed because of this, this, and this. Okay, let me learn from that. Next time I do it, let's not do that. Let's learn from it and keep going. You're never going to get to your destination if you can constantly have pity parties for yourself and you're a victim. Learn from the failure. If I fail, I'm like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. I needed this failure. There's something in it.
Closer to your heart.
Exactly.
This is the way I see it. I failed my way to success.
Man, come on.
I made so many fucking mistakes. That shit ain't funny. At the time, failures will defeat you temporarily.
Yep.
But it should be that, temporary. Mm-hmm. And then you just take the lessons that are there.
That's it.
Bro, failing will teach you tons of shit. Mm-hmm. What you did wrong, where you went wrong, how you should have done it.
Yep.
In essence, it's the blueprint.
It is.
To a clear path. You know what I mean? But we don't see it like that at the time. We're defeated. We're fucking bummed out. Well, guess what? It is the biggest lesson. So get the fuck up. No pity party. Do what you got to do and keep pushing.
Yep. That's what it is.
It's easier said than done.
1,000% easier said than done.
It sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, you're like, fuck. But I think the biggest lessons that we learn are the monetary lessons. Sometimes we're like, damn, we invested so much and I should have done it. Well, you should have done it right since the beginning.
Yep.
You know? But then again, every failure has its hidden lessons.
It does.
In there.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
And it's just what it is, a lesson.
Yeah.
You just keep going.
That's what it is. And the monetary lessons are good, bro. Like, think about that, man. If you have a monetary lesson where you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have invested this, I shouldn't have done that. You're already winning because you're doing what about 80% of the people aren't going to do, which is invest in themselves.
Damn, another bar.
You know how many people don't want to buy this shit? I want to do a podcast. I don't want to get a shirt mic. Those are way too expensive. I don't want to get the lights. I don't want to pay somebody. I was just talking to him before the podcast started. I was like, I had a production guy who was charging me $300 an episode. I couldn't do it. I couldn't, but whatever. You learn from it, you move on. You budget next time. The fact that you're investing in yourself already, you're already towards the right goal. Just keep doing it. And if you want to put it in the layman's terms for the failure, you're an 80s baby. Nintendo. When you played Mega Man, when you played Super Mario, there's a part there that killed you all the time. You're like, oh, wait, this guy's coming. I got to go up here. Then I got to do that. Oh, okay, boom, I beat the level. That's life, bro. You failed at this part? Okay, why did I fail? Oh, this happened. Oh, okay, I got to do it this way. I got to go up over here and then do it. Oh, boom, there it is. Got it. There's the goal. And you move on to the next level. Life is a game, dude. Life is a whole game.
This guy came with hella bars.
People are gonna be like, this guy's a comedian or motivational speaker? What the fuck?
But everything that you're saying is 1,000% accurate, brother.
Yeah, man.
You know what sucks is that motherfuckers are nickel and diming their own dreams.
Man, come on.
Come on, bro.
Saying.
You're your own product.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Dude.
Invest in equipment. Invest in, you said earlier, you were like, oh, I got the LLC and all that stuff. Bro, you're ahead of the game already. How many people are not incorporated, are not taking these extra steps because it costs money?
Yeah.
It's going to cost money no matter what.
Yep.
If you want to get to certain places, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You're your biggest asset.
1000% you are, dude.
But everybody's penny pinching, dog.
Yep.
There's something that the people around me see. I never penny pinch on myself.
It's great.
I'll drive a piece of shit car and invest in everything else.
Come on. That's what it's about.
On my brand, on my equipment, on everything on myself. Dude, I cut my hair twice a week. Type shit. Like, bro.
Type shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, like, because it's all like, you know what I mean? I get shit on social media because, like, damn, fool, you look like a lesbian. Whatever. But it's like I invest in myself so much, bro.
Yeah.
This is it. I'm the product.
That's what it is. And guess what? All this shit's going to pay off. All the investing that you put in yourself, it's going to pay off, man. God willing, you're going to be able to look back on this and be like, man, look, you'll be able to look back on this episode like, man, I did have a lesbian haircut, but now I got a barber living with me. He cuts my hair wherever the fuck I want to, whenever I want. I got a chef cooking for me. That's cool. You still got that 2025 Benz? That's cool. Well, it's 2037 now, and you're still driving that, barely hanging on, and you ain't got shit. But I'm about to get that new 2037 Bentley, right. Whatever the hell I want. Why? Because I invested in myself and I made myself look like a lesbian for years and do podcasts. It is what it is.
Fresh ass fool. I look like a fresh lesbian.
You do like a fresh lesbian, bro.
Fresh.
Yeah. The stud homie, hell yeah. You pull fine bitches, dude.
That's right, fool. But man, this guy is really good right now, man. I'm just I think everything you said and everything we talked about is very, very accurate. Yeah. And people need to give themselves a shot, too. I think so. What about fear?
Fear is a
bitch.
Fear is a big motherfucker.
Fear is a motherfucker, bro.
It is.
Fear will destroy your dreams.
1000% it will, bro.
How do you deal with fear?
Man, it's still a motherfucker for me, but it's something you have to run through it, bro. Like, honestly, really gain your composure. If you're religious, pray about it, and sometimes even meditate on it, bro, and just run through it. But I mean, fear's a dream killer for sure. Because if I would have listened to everybody who told me to stay at my job, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I needed to quit my job because, really think about that too, right? Going back to that, if I would have stayed at my job, I wouldn't have had all the time I did during the pandemic to do the skits because I'd have been busy working. Yep, and I wouldn't have been. I was dropping 2 to 3 skits a day. There's no way I would have done that with a job. So if fear would have won that battle and I stayed at my job, then I would have just prolonged where I'm supposed to go. And it's just, fear of anything, dude. You could have the fear of man, I don't know if I want to do that because something might go bad. I might die. This might happen. You might be missing out on a fucking great opportunity. You might be missing out on something that is going to create so many core memories for you. You know what I'm saying? Like going on a trip, doing things, whatever it is. It could be the smallest little thing that you don't want to do because you're worried that this is going to happen or that's going to happen. Do it.
You said something very important. Like, to me, reminding myself that I will die one day.
Yep.
You're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck it. Just do it.
Straight up. Bro.
What more of a reminder do you need?
Perfect. Go ahead.
But
getting fired up.
But I think it's really difficult. I always, it's easier. when you're in the actual fear stage and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't know if I should do it. It's difficult. I understand. But you need those reminders.
You do.
Like, dog, what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, for example, let's use your situation. I quit my job. It doesn't work out. You get another job.
Yeah.
That's how simple things are. But our mind is our fucking enemy sometimes.
It is, bro.
And we're going to look for any fucking... You're going to formulate and come up with 30 different scenarios that don't make fucking sense.
Yep.
And you're going to let that shit just,
Your mind could be your worst enemy. Your brain can be your worst enemy. Your brain's built to protect you from anything that's going to cause you any kind of harm or injury. So if you get there, like, I don't know.
But the reminder, Gary Vee says this a lot. Like, bro, you're going to die one day. So do it.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. How simple it going to get, right?
I'm saying.
I mean, I'm a big Gary Vee fan,
Me too.
Because I like how, he's a little bit too optimistic sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But his message is received loud and clear for me.
Yeah. I need somebody to like cuss at me and tell me I'm a piece of shit. Like sometimes, like
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah. Like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
What do you even get what the fuck you're doing right now? You can go to fucking garage sales. You can get the fucking money, you dick. Like, it's like, oh, damn, I can't go to garage sales and get money. I am a dick. Like, maybe I should.
Do you give a fuck about, man, you tripping over this? These people don't give a fuck about you. Like, they don't.
Yeah.
Like a complete stranger just talking to you on your phone.
Dude, exactly.
It's crazy.
It fucking fires you up.
And I'm like, this fool's right.
It is.
This guy's going to garage fucking sales, flipping furniture and shit.
Yeah.
But
and the fear thing, dude. This is something that kind of clicked in my head. So during the pandemic, like I said, everything kind of like took off, whatever. Israel told me, because Jerry Garcia was going down there to the LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio. And Israel's like, hey, Jerry's going to be here. You want to do a guest spot? And it was in July of 2020. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, there's still the COVID thing out there, and I don't want to catch COVID, and I don't know about that. And I was like, I think I'm good, dude. I think I'm gonna chill. And Israel was like, all right, that's cool, whatever, man. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, bro, like, what am I like? Why am I scared of this shit? Like, yeah, it was scary at the time. We didn't know what it was. We didn't know what it caused. People were dying here and there, But so we didn't really fucking know. But I was like, man. I asked God's will to be done, and I trusted in God, and look where it got me. This is around the time I had maybe like 400,000, 500,000 followers on TikTok. And I was like, look what it got me, dude. Like, I have a following that I've been wanting, that I've been working for, and it's because I put my faith in him. I'm scared of a virus that's going around, that I know multiple people, hundreds of people that have survived from getting it and being okay, and I'm gonna let this keep me inside and not really see what's out there. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I hit up Israel, and I was like, hey, bro, I was like, 3 pounds, like, is it cool? Like, can I get on? He's like, yeah. He's like, let me call Jerry. I'll talk to Jerry. And so he hit up Jerry, and Jerry was like, yeah, dude, tell him come by and do a spot. I was like, all right, bet. I was like, I'm gonna do like a little promo and just throw it on TikTok. It was like 2 days before the show, and did the promo. I put it on TikTok, and I went to the show, and I got there, and they called me up on stage. The crowd went fucking ape shit, crazy. And I'm a pendejo, dude. I'm not used to this. So I go out there, I was like, damn, dude, Jerry has some hot ass crowd, dude. Jerry's fans are badass, dude. These are fucking cool. I did my set, I get off, and then we end the show, and I asked Jerry, like, hey, can I sell merch? He's like, dude, sell merch, do whatever you want. Like, I don't care, it's fine. And so, which guest spots aren't supposed to sell merch, but he was still cool and was like, just do it,
cool. Jerry's a good guy.
Jerry's fucking cool shit. And so I set up my merch table, and I had like a line of people waiting to like buy merch, do the meet and greet, take pictures. And we're like 30, 40 minutes into it.
And on a guest spot?
On a guest spot.
Wild.
On a guest spot. We're 30 or 40 minutes into it, and one of the guys is like, hey, man, like, how many more people? He's like, dude, it's still wrapped in the whole, it's wrapped around into the room.
So you sold out completely.
Dude, I probably made like $1,200, $1,300 on merch. I stayed there for like an hour and 15, taking pictures, talking with people. And if I would have let the fear keep me home because I was scared of COVID, I would have never known what changed and what didn't change. But because I was like, you know what? Whatever, bro. I'll wear a mask. I'll go out there. I'll do my thing. It is what it is. Everything changed. And that's that fear, bro. That fear.
Fear's a motherfucker, but sometimes you need to just punch it in the face.
Man.
Boom. Back the fuck up.
Did you ever hear on Dre's album, Compton, Jimmy Iovine on that one song, what he says about fear?
No. Which one? What did he say?
I got to pull it up because it's going to...
Who's the song?
It's on the Dr. Dre album, on the Compton album. Let me see. I'll tell you right now which one it is. I think it's
Fuck fear, guys.
All in a Day's Work. Yeah. Can I just play it for y'all? Like, I don't want to get like...
Hell yeah.
Anything. Okay.
I mean, you can't
I don't get
play
flagged.
music 'cause then it'll get flagged.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, it will.
Oh, it will.
Even
Yeah.
if you put like 10 seconds, it'll get flagged.
Yeah. Y'all want to hear it? And then...
After.
Okay. All right. But you probably...
Well, what's the quote?
Okay. It's the lyrics right here. It says, fear's a powerful thing. I mean, it's got a lot of firepower. If you can figure out a way to wrestle that fear to push you from behind rather than stand in front of you, that's very powerful. I always felt that I had to work harder than the next guy just to do as well as the next guy. And to do better than the next guy, I had to just kill. And, you know, to a certain extent, that's with me and how I work. You know, I just go in. But the fear, wrestle that fear to push you from behind rather than stand in front of you, that's a motherfucker, man.
That's deep.
When I heard that, all I thought about was being in my 60s and 70s thinking of, fuck, what if I would have went after it all the way? What if I put 100% into me, and now I'm in my 60s, 70s, like, fuck, what would have happened? Would I have done something? Could I have done it full time? Would have never known.
That's scary to me.
Terrifying.
Being really old, in my couch or in my deathbed, and having that weigh on me. That what could have happened differently if I would have done this. Yeah. That scares me, bro.
Fuck yeah,
that's why I fucking do. That's why I'm consistent. And I think I was having a little bit of fear because I just got a new place that we're going to be... Oh, you got to come once we're done.
Yeah.
So it's a big-ass 4,000 square foot place. But before that, I was like, damn. Like, I don't know. I started getting a little bit like, oh, man, fuck. I'm really going to make this shit happen.
Yeah.
Because this is how it started. And it's become something bigger than just myself.
Yeah.
So I think I started with my mind. It's telling me, well, you could really just buy this other property. You could do this. And I was like, no. I fucking did it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be old and sit there and be like, what if I would have done True Hustle Studios like I said I was going to do?
Yeah.
What would have been different? Nah, dog. Not happening to me. Should have happened to you, and it should have happened to you.
Scary.
Follow your dreams. Do what you got to do. Be calculated and make it happen.
Yeah, dude.
Regret will weigh heavy on you.
Scary, bro.
It's fucking scary. That scares me. That
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy.
You know who Les Brown is? He has that quote. I don't know if you heard of that. Of like, he's like, picture yourself lying on your deathbed, and around you are all of your dreams, ambitions, and they're talking to you, and they're saying, we came to you so you could put us out in the world, and now we must die with you.
Damn.
Philosopher.
This fool brought
That's Les
all
Brown.
the fucking...
That's Les Brown, bro. Dude,
That was deep right there.
it's deep, bro, because that's what it is. I got really into motivational speakers when I moved back from Colorado, and I had to stay with my parents for like 6 months because I lived out in Colorado for like a few months. Didn't work out. Moved back in with my parents. I was 31 years old, living with my parents, and the only job I had was delivering pizzas. It's the lowest point of my career, besides the depression part. Lowest point financially in my career, where I was like, man, I've gone after comedy. I put all this work into it. I moved to Colorado to try and focus on comedy and blow up. Had a skit that went viral on Facebook. Thought that was it. Now I'm back in Austin living with my parents, 31 years old, delivering pizzas, nothing to show for it. And so I just stuck with just motivational stuff. Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, all of these people that were like, maybe not Gary Vee at that time, but Les Brown, Tony Robbins, all those people. And then even Joel Osteen, bro. Like sometimes I listen to Joel Osteen. Like I'm question his character now, but I would listen to him. Time, though. yeah. But I would listen to him, and he would like help me through. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to listen to that to get out of that mind frame of like, dude, I'm literally like, remember growing up, dude, like in the 90s, I would watch like kids' movies and it'd be the loser who was like living with their parents delivering pizzas. I'm the fucking loser in the 90s movie, living with my parents delivering pizzas, fucking crying on the way to go deliver a pizza. Like, what the fuck has my life become? Maybe I should have gone to school. Maybe I should have gone to college. Maybe my dad was right. Why didn't I fucking do this? Oh, you fucked up. This is it. You're with your parents. You're a loser. I had to stick with the motivational speeches to get myself through that point. And so when I heard all that, it would fire me up. And like, I gotta, all right, you're here. You're in your 30s living with your parents delivering pizzas, and fucking make some. You gonna make some of it, or you gonna sit here and just be with your parents your whole fucking life?
Damn. Fuck. And being honest with yourself sometimes is the hardest thing.
1,000%. It is.
I practice that a lot. Like, just be honest with you. You can lie to everybody else, homie.
Yeah.
But if you're not honest to your damn self, oh man.
Accountability is a big thing.
Accountability. Oh my God. It's like, man, hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. Yep.
It ain't nobody's fault that you're fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
These are your actions. Nobody put you in the position that you're in.
Yeah.
You did.
That's what it is.
It's a hard pill to swallow, bro.
It is. It is.
The moment that you start holding yourself accountable and telling yourself the truth
mm-hmm.
and stop being a victim,
yep,
you will thrive.
Yep. And to be real and humble, open, and transparent with your audience, I have my own shit, my own accountability. I need to make new skits. I need to put new shit out there. I said I'm fucking using skits from the pandemic. I need to put new shit out there. I need to work harder. I need to fucking invest more time in myself, and I need to make shit happen. I'm doing everything I love. I'm very blessed. Mm-hmm. I'm doing shows. I'm able to do another nationwide tour. I'm very grateful for everything. But I know if I sit with myself and I do some internal, searching, I know that I'm not giving 100%. There's some in the tank that I got to fucking continue to use and put through.
And why don't you start collabing with different people?
That's what I need. Well. That's what I need, bro.
You're in town. You could go do a skit with Valentino.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, there's so many people here.
I know, man. I know. And I thought about moving out here for that reason, just to fucking collab and do shit.
And I think that is one of the main objectives for True Hustle Studios, for the place that I bought.
Mm-hmm.
That is like when creators are here that are part of the True Hustle community. I'm like, dude, just come over here, dog. We'll call 3 other fools and start getting creative. That's what you are.
Yeah.
You guys are entertainers. You guys, this is what you do.
Right.
So get together and create.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna put that excuse that, oh, well, we don't have the equipment. Well, I have it for you.
Yeah. For real.
And to be honest with you, all you need is your fucking phone.
That's it, dude.
Like,
That's it.
Maybe you need to challenge yourself. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do 2 collabs with 2 high performing individuals, and let's see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
I think collabing is important.
I think it is too, bro. Honestly, and that's why told Concrete, because you see his skit that he did about the Last Dragon.
I think so. Did I? No, you haven't seen it? No, I don't think so.
It's a newer one that he just put out. And you remember the Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. When he's in the theater,
yeah.
and like Bruce Leroy's sitting there, and he's like, I heard about the Wata. And that dude's from the balcony. He's like, why don't you sit down and shut up?
Okay, yeah.
So he put that in there, and the guy's a big white dude with a beard, and he goes, is that polar bear dog? And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. He didn't even tag me. Somebody commented and like tagged me in the comments. I was like, oh, this motherfucker. And so I was like, bro.
There it is.
Yeah. And he was like, bro, he's like, I wanted to tag you. He was like, but you know what? I'm going to see if he sees it. I'm going to see if he realizes it. And I was like, dude, I'm in town. Let's fucking collab.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bro.
And simple shit. So
And he's fucking hilarious.
He's fucking funny as shit.
You know, he's been here
humble.
twice.
And
Yeah,
down to
I'm
earth.
saying.
He's fucking good people.
Hell
So
yeah,
so we're
bro.
gonna try and collaborate tomorrow. And
There you
do
go,
some
bro.
shit, yeah.
Just you're in town.
yeah,
Collab with as many people as of course, that are within, your niche or whatever. Mm-hmm. And just do it, dude.
yeah, exactly.
Push.
Yeah,
You have the audience, you have the talent,
I know, man.
you're healthy.
You got to get out of my own way. That's all it is.
Well, sometimes that's the hardest part.
It is, bro. It really is.
But you have to remind yourself sometimes.
I'm saying.
Like the moment that somebody told me this, he's like, they told me, real man. How'd it go? Fuck, I forgot.
What is it they trying to say?
About like real men don't do what. Real men.
Do not what they want to do.
Yeah. So it's like you gotta go get it, bro. Even when you don't feel like it, do it anyway. So
Yeah.
just do it.
I know, man, and that's the thing too. Is I know that, and I know for a fact, like when I am home and I do have a productive day where like I shot some skits or I edited something or I did something I wanted to, I sleep so good that night because I know that I'm going to sleep like, man,
I did that.
yeah, I busted my ass today. I did what I wanted to do. I'm gonna sleep good.
That's what I always say. Time off and days off are earned.
Yeah. And they're necessary. Don't get me wrong. You don't want
They are.
to don't burn yourself
No.
out. But you can get into a slippery slope of, you know what, that was good. Do I need one more day? Maybe I'll take one more day. And you just chill and you don't do anything. And then you kind of go into that pattern like, I'll do it next time when I'm home. No, man. Take that one day. Take your day to yourself. Relax, chill, do whatever you want, order a pizza, play games, whatever you want. Next day, get up and start moving. Because if you don't, that shit's going to consume you, and then you're just not going to do shit. And I'm living proof of it. I'm 100% living proof of if you do what you want to do as far as relaxing, eating pizza, watching movies, not doing anything, that shit will consume you, and you'll lose track of time. And when you look up, shit, I haven't done nothing productive. I've gained weight. I've slipped into this habit. I've done this again. Damn. Let me pick myself up. But if you allow yourself that one day, then the next day, boom. All right. And what I do is I throw myself into it. Like if I'm going to go, like if I have like 2 weeks off, I'll take that one day where I'm just chilling. The next morning, I wake up at 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. I don't care what time. If I go to sleep at 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight, you're going to be tired all day, but you're going to get into this routine, and it is what it is. Get up, stretch, pray, journal, go to the gym, come back. By the time you're ready, it's 8 a.m., 9 a.m., you have the whole day ahead of you. Now fucking work. Don't sit down on that couch, because if you sit on that couch, you ain't going to do a damn thing. You turn on that TV, you ain't going to do a damn thing. Don't even look at it. Go.
Amen to that.
And it's easier said than done. But when you get into it and you get into that routine, you feel fucking
But
unstoppable.
that's when accountability kicks in.
Yeah.
All right, you committed to this, so no couch.
Yeah.
Let's do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's be productive. Well, my brother, man, this was amazing.
It's great, dude. Thank you, man.
All the way from Texas
Texas.
to Cali.
Yeah.
Just want you to know that I appreciate you for taking your time.
Oh, man.
You could have been doing you could have been just chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, but you decided to come here, and I appreciate you for that.
Appreciate
and
you.
I can't wait to invite you to our new location, brother.
Can't wait to see it, bro.
Man.
You're doing, let me give you your praise, man. You're doing great things. I've seen the clips on Instagram. I've never watched like a whole episode through, because I'm not a really big podcast guy. You're fucking incredible, dude. You don't interrupt people. You let them talk. I can see your approach of just chilling. And I had to do that when I was doing my podcast and trying to. I would catch myself talking over somebody like, oh, fuck, I did that. Damn it, I did it again. You're very patient. You let your person like talk. You let them get their thoughts out, and you know how to just really maneuver and guide it the way it needs to go, dude. So keep doing your thing. I'm fucking stoked for the new studio, bro. And just, I already know you're going to keep going and keep doing your thing and hustling. So just live up to the name, True Hustle Podcast.
My brother. Means everything to me. I appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss our weekly episodes. Let's go, baby.